Welcome to the Live Wire. Today I have a guest with me, Dr. Gary Kohut from the Belk College of Business, and we're going to be talking about the MBA program. So welcome, Dr. Kohut, to the program.
Thank you very much.
Well, tell us a little bit, we're going to get started right into the MBA program. Tell us a little bit about the features of the MBA program and what makes it unique.
Very good. Many individuals are unaware that the MBA has been around since 1970. So we've been around for a while, and I think what you can expect is a current, a rigorous program of study. But it's catered to working professionals. So you get a lot of individuals today who are working full-time, who are desiring to pursue an MBA part-time. And our program primarily is geared for those individuals. However, if one wanted to pursue the MBA full-time, you can as well. So a lot of flexibility, a lot of value in the program for individuals wanting to get the degree.
And I understand the classes are taught in Uptown location. Tell us
Very
about
much.
that.
Oh, we are so proud to be in Center City. We take great pride at connecting to the business community of Charlotte. We are Charlotte's regional connection, if you will. And what we want to do is not only attract individuals in this region, but also show that Charlotte really is a really powerful city. It's not just the second largest financial center, but we have a lot of energy companies in the area. We have a lot going on here, and it's an exciting hub of intellectual talent.
And I guess paired with that, because it is the #2 financial center, there's probably opportunity for other jobs, internships for the students that are part of the program.
Very, very
And
much.
maybe if you could tell us a little bit about the concentrations in the program as well.
Very, very good. So again, we have a lot of flexibility in the program. Currently, we have between 12 and 13 concentrations.
Wow.
We have one that's a student-structured concentration. So if an individual were to, let's say, want to concentrate in project management, and it's not currently one of our concentrations, a person can put that together and concentrate in that area. So a lot of variety, from the financial aspects to energy in consultation with engineering. We have marketing, we have management, we have a global business concentration, a lot of flexibility for individuals that draws on the talent and maybe the desire to pursue a lot of different goals in people's lives.
Now let's talk about the reputation of the program. So I hear there's a recent ranking. Where did that come out?
Very, very nice. We are extremely proud to be ranked number 20 in terms of all part-time MBA programs in the United States by virtue of Business Week. Now, what makes this so important for us and so valuable is that Business Week asked our students, both current and former students, our alums, to really comment on the value, the importance, the utility of the degree that they received or will receive. And I am extremely proud, not surprised, because our students are very proud of our program as we are.
That's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about some of the faculty in the program. So you have a variety of faculty, and tell us about some of the courses that they teach and about the array of the breadth of their expertise as well.
Okay, so when a person looks at a program of study, particularly an MBA, what should a person look at? So there are these pillars of strength, if you will. One of them involves the student body that I'll probably talk about a little bit later on. Another pillar, though, really connects with the faculty in general, the talent that they bring. Now, please understand that our faculty take their role seriously. They are passionate about what they do. When you look at the very beginning of our program, for example, we have an economics course that is taught by Dr. Ted Amato. Ted is a well-received faculty member, a person who has received many nominations for his teaching prowess. You can't get any better than Ted Amato in economics. So very, very good beginning of the program. Some individuals may be interested in finance. Again, one of the concentrations, actually several concentrations in our program. So we have Dr. Judson Russell, who has strong connections to Bank of America, and he brings that expertise into the classroom. He also is involved in our student managed investment fund, which has teams of students managing real money in a portfolio of equities, if you will. Then you have Ethan Chang, who similarly teaches our finance course. Unbelievable energy, drive, practicality, do an exceptional job in the classroom. In marketing, one of our core classes, marketing management, we have Dr. Sunil Aravelis, who some may say has such an abundance of energy, it's hard to control that kind of energy. You can't fall asleep in his class. It's impossible, but you will learn quite a bit about how to promote not just products, services, and just understand marketing in general. I'm very, very happy to say that part of our marketing curriculum has some very, very, very advanced courses, mobile marketing, if you will, analytics tied to marketing. So you're getting current, state-of-the-art type of instruction. Our capstone course, our global business strategy, is oftentimes taught by Dr. Franz Kellermans. Franz similarly is noted worldwide. These faculty are noted not just locally, not just regionally, not just nationally, but internationally for their research, cutting-edge research, and their teaching acumen.
That's fantastic. And let's move into the student side as well, because I know you have many things to say about the student body that's in the MBA program. So tell us a little bit about the variety of backgrounds they come from. And you mentioned that many are working professionals, but tell us more about them. And that would be great.
Happy to. So when a person is considering a program, we talk about these pillars of strength, and one of them clearly is the faculty that we talked about a little earlier. Also the physical facilities, our Center City building. But that third pillar, if you will, involves students. So you want to ask yourself, who am I seated next to in the classroom? And I am so proud of the diversity of talent that we have in our room. Now, when we look at diversity, most individuals would look at perhaps ethnicity or geographic background, but I want to go beyond that. We're talking about position in organizations from, let's say, a couple years of experience to well over 20 years of experience. So you may be seated to a senior vice president in an organization. You may be seated next to a vice president. We also have a lot of diversity in terms of industries. Financial services clearly is a very powerful feeder into our program, but manufacturing as well, energy as I indicated. We are well positioned with organizations throughout this area in this region. So diversity, strength in terms of these students, and we see folks who are interested in wanting to apply the material now. So one of the true benefits, I think, of our program is looking at how our classes really meet the needs of this diverse group of students. It allows them to practice, to ask questions, to apply the material to current situations that they are in. Now, many programs of study, for example, will look at the historical aspects. Let's try to solve problems that we're quite familiar with. Our program is a little different. Yes, we do approach those problems, but we're also looking at solving problems in the future. So instead of looking in the rear view mirror, what we're looking at is through the windshield what to expect in the future. And as you can imagine, they're quite complex. I'm happy to say the students are up to it and excited.
That's great. And I imagine that there are some benefits not only in learning from the material that's in the present day, but learning side by side with people that are in a very powerful region and working in different companies. Tell us a little bit about the network that the students have with one another, too.
So that's another extension in terms of this diversity aspect that I was referring to a little bit earlier. Who are you seated next to? Who are you interacting with? So let's take a look at some of the prominent alums that we have from our program. One of our first graduates from our very first class is Emmanuel Zapata, who's a true entrepreneur, if you will. Owns his own firm, Zapata Engineering. Over the years, he has contributed greatly in terms of his time and energy, in terms of the relevance, the practicality, the usefulness of an MBA. So he is absolutely a strong ambassador of the program. We had an individual in one of my classes, actually, Todd Phillips, excuse me, who is currently a vice president of marketing at Shearer Foods. He is such an accomplished, talented individual, hard worker, attuned to current day, in his case, the food industry, very willing to share what is going on, but really pushing the bar in terms of, look, this is serious, this is important, let's give it our very, very best shot. Okay? So then you have individuals who typically will look at other areas of the community. So let's take a look at Letitia Foster. Letitia was a student in our program who's a brand manager with Lowe's. And Letitia one day came up to me and said, you know, I've just been through an experience that I really found to be moving. So what was that experience, Letitia? And she indicated that through crisis assistance ministry, she went through a poverty experience, which is essentially a role play. And she said, you know, our MBAs would really get a lot out of that. So we did some of our due diligence and we looked at that, contacted Crisis Assistance Ministry, and now that's a formal part of our orientation. We have individuals who are looking at the problem of poverty, the complexity of it, but also as decision makers for the 21st century, how can we individually and collaboratively address this issue, not just now, but for the future.
That's fantastic. So I guess that shows a little bit of the connection to the business, to the community. Tell us a little bit more, and what would you add about other connections that the program you think really showcases that interaction with not only Charlotte, but our region, or however you'd like to take that?
Very good. So again, getting back to the Center City building, that facility houses a lot of events. So our students have access to many either for-profit, not-for-profit, public, private types of events that get plugged in, whether it be speeches or addresses from noted experts in the area, as well as from our own programs of study within the Bell College of Business. But on top of that, you're getting faculty who are plugged into the business community. Many of them are involved in consulting. Many of them have had long-standing relationships with major firms, and they bring that real-world presence into the classroom. So a student should not be surprised if they're asked questions that deal with something that perhaps they read about either a week ago or a few days ago. So we're happy to see that kind of relevance, that currentness, and depth of work that we have in our program. Similarly, we have students who bring many, many perspectives into our program, many of which not only represent firms, but also a variety of interests. We'll get folks, for example, who come out of liberal arts, perhaps have never had a business course, who desire to have an MBA. And here's where we have many discussions in terms of career services and I guess an explication of their goals, what drives them in their life, what they want to achieve. So we're looking at this personalization, if you will. Now I'm happy to say, although we are a public institution, many individuals when they hear that will think, well, public may be somewhat impersonal. And I'm going to challenge that a bit. Our institution, our MBA, takes great pride in becoming connected to individuals from day one. In fact, even before day one. We have information sessions that we offer that help individuals not only understand our program, but offer them opportunities to ask very poignant questions that affect them on an individual level. We have preview day. We have 2 preview days a year, one in fall and one in spring. And we have our next one that will be on the 14th, which is a half-day experience for individuals. It's a Saturday, which means, well, let's see now, you can sleep for half of that day, or you can experience what the program is all about. Preview day is a snapshot of a course, so you get a taste of what a course looks like in our program. You have an opportunity, which I think is one of the highlights of Preview Day, to meet a panel of students, both current students and alums, and ask them any question you would like. Unscripted questions, anything and everything concerning preparation for the GMAT or the GRE, to what really is the toughest course in the curriculum, to how do I balance my personal life with going to school. Those kinds of questions individuals are absolutely open to ask.
Well, let's take a look at the website just to summarize some of the things that you just mentioned. So if we go to mba.uncc.edu, we can find the MBA website with some profiles, it looks like, of students, and you can click on those. On the right side, we can actually find information about the events that you just mentioned, the upcoming info sessions, the MBA preview day, and it looks like we can request more information and learn about applying as well. And there's information about the recent ranking that we just mentioned. I guess to take us further, maybe we can talk a little bit about what the application process is like, or what people need to be aware to get into the program, and also what they get out of the program, meaning the impacts for their career. And I know there are many. So maybe if you can tell us a little bit about both of those aspects.
Happy to. As you can imagine, no two students are alike. So the first thing that I would recommend that they do is to connect with us, either through an information session, through the preview day, or to contact our office. They are absolutely welcome to visit us on the 7th floor of the Center City building. They can give me a call. They can give our associate directors of graduate student services a call. Reach out to us, and we're happy to meet with them one-on-one. But I would draw their attention in terms of the website to our curriculum. And currently, we have prerequisite courses in the curriculum for those individuals who perhaps don't have a business background. We have our core curriculum, and then we have a concentration. In the prerequisite area, you're looking at pretty standard courses in terms of having a background in accounting, in finance, in the quantitative areas, both statistics and calculus, economics, so forth and so on. The core is made up of 37 hours. Okay? So one of the questions individuals will ask is, how long will it take for me to finish the degree? And I think a reasonable estimate is typically between 1.5 and 2 years, depending on how many courses you want to take. Again, remember, you go at your own pace, as many courses as you would like, but we would strongly advise meeting with one of our advisors to identify how to combine certain courses. Some fit better than others, okay? So we are also looking then at a capstone course, which is our Global Business Strategy course, which is MBAD 6194. So that's the core. Then we have a concentration. And as we indicated earlier, 12 to 13 concentrations with many more on the way, because I'm a believer as our goals start changing and as our directions start to broaden, if you will, we need to cater, if you will, to address the needs of our students. That's what we're interested in, the success of our students. So when you look at concentrations in the 4 courses, individuals will try to schedule these throughout their entire program of study. There's also a free elective that becomes part of their program of study as well, and that can be in any of our College of Business courses, or in some cases, courses from other colleges as well. So you look at that and you think, all right, this is a pretty standard type of program, until you start looking at a couple different wrinkles. We, for example, have travel courses. Sometimes you'll get individuals who've never been out of, let's say, North Carolina, or ever out of Charlotte. And we think they are missing a great opportunity to really rub shoulders and get to know another culture. So we have a couple travel courses a year into some exotic locales, Germany, Brazil, if you will, Vietnam in some cases, so both Asia, South America, Central America, Europe, a number of different locales. And what you have are opportunities for people to select these courses. Okay? They are not semester-long types of studies, so you're looking at 1 to 2 weeks. That meets the needs for some individuals to develop that cultural sensitivity / awareness. But what happens if you're unable to travel? Okay? You have family commitments, you have work commitments. Well, we have a course that we've been offering for the last 4 years in conjunction with one of our partner institutions, IGADE in Monterrey, Mexico. And that second summer course is a 1-week experience. It's a 3-hour course on global competitiveness, if you will. In this case, Latin American markets. I'm so happy to be a part of that course. This is taught jointly by faculty from the Bell College of Business and a faculty member from IGADE. Again, 1 week, so typically individuals will take this as a 1 week vacation from work. Why? Because classes will begin on Monday. We'll have a dinner on Sunday, a nice dinner, socializing, networking, if you will. And then Monday through Friday, we have classes, and it finishes on Friday. It's a 3-hour class, and classes typically, the class sessions are from 9 until about 5 or so. In some cases, a little bit later. Why? Because a lot of our international experiences indicate that the socialization aspects are really, really important. So why is this a great opportunity? Well, here's an international experience that you can gain without traveling. It's coming to you. So we're very, very happy about that. Travel experiences. Starting fall of 2016, we are quite sensitive to the very robust travel schedules of working professionals. So we will be starting fall of 16 with one section of each of our core classes being taught in a hybrid format. Now, many individuals may be unaware of what hybrid means. It's analogous to blended delivery or flipped classrooms. The language means the same. Half of the class, at least our model is, half of the class will be taught face-to-face, and the other half will be taught online. So it's an every other type of class. You still have the opportunity to bond and interact with individuals, but you get the benefit of saying, look, if I'm unable to be in class, is that going to hurt me? Well, you can plug in from anywhere around the world to plug into that information. It is asynchronous, which means you don't have to be there in the moment. If for one reason or another you have to take a child to, let's say, a doctor's appointment, you can plug in to access the course at 3 a.m. if you would like. Okay? Very happy to see that, and I think our students are going to respond well. This is in response to many requests from students to at least consider this. So I want individuals to understand we are sensitive, we do adjust, we want to hear, obviously, about the successes of our individuals, and we're working hard to make that happen.
And so, and to summarize, there are many successes and there are many opportunities by being part of this program. And one of those is that the salary benefits that people do experience after being part of this, obviously the job opportunities and the connections with the Charlotte community. Tell us a little bit more as we summarize about what it means for the students that tell you they've been through this program.
Okay, so one other metric that individuals will use in deciding on a program of study is, and we've talked the quality of the students, and we've already addressed the fact that we are extremely proud of the rigor and the success and the talent of our student body. We also look to the success and the talent of our faculty, absolutely second to none. Faculty, students, that third part of the equation, I think for many individuals, is more of an economic question. Is it a worthwhile use of my time? Am I going to experience any kind of lift in terms of my income from this particular program of study? And I'm happy to report the answer is a profound yes, you will. And our data suggests about a $20,000 boost in individuals' incomes pre to post. Okay? Now that's average, which means typically you're going to get many individuals who are going to be quite a bit above that. Very proud of that. So individuals are being employed. Individuals are seeing nice, healthy bumps in their income.
That's great. Well, we really appreciate all the information and all your time today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would say again, check us out. We have been around for a while. Look at us on the corner of 9th and Brevard, the Center City building. Our building is a distinctive structure, stacks of books, if you will. Come and visit us. Reach out to us, and we're happy to meet with you one-on-one and answer any questions you have.
And mba.uncc.edu. Thank you so much, Dr. Kohut. That's all the time we have today for the Live Wire. Thank you so much for tuning in, and tune in next time.